Hey, if you don't know, Alex Hormozi just launched his new book, $100 Million Offers. And I wanted to give you a review if you are a business owner and you need to improve your offers. Cool. Let's dive in. I want to talk about some of the things that were my biggest lessons from Alex's book. And I want to give you an overall review and how it might apply to your business. So the first thing is Alex dives into the book talking about his journey from starting out as a business owner, owning a gym, figuring out how to get clients, how to keep them, and essentially how to turn gyms into profitable machines. And it's an incredible book. First off, 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, whatever you want to give it, stars, rating. You should definitely go pick out the book. I'm going to put a link below so you can go buy it. I don't get anything from it. I just really want more people to be able to read the book. Super powerful if you're a business owner. And the first thing I want to talk about in the book is Alex breaks down what the value equation is. So what is value? Well, value is what somebody gets in return for the price that they pay for a service or a product. A good way to think about this is, let's say that you buy a pen and a pen has a cost or a price of $1. However, the value of that pen, maybe meaning that it could give someone the ability to write their own book that then launches their career, you might say the value of that pen is significantly higher than the $1 price. That's a simple way to think about price versus value. But Alex goes even deeper and talks about what is the value equation. And the value equation, as Alex defines it, is the dream outcome. So what is the dream outcome someone wants times the perceived likelihood of achieving that outcome. So what is this big thing that they want times the likelihood that they could get it? That's on the top of the equation. So when you multiply those things together, we get some type of sense of value. And then we divide it by the effort required to achieve it times the time delay to achieve the result as well. So somebody wants this big dream outcome. Let's just say somebody wants to lose 30 pounds. Let's say that's their dream outcome. They want to have six-pack abs. It's probably the better dream outcome. And ultimately, they want to attract, an attractive partner of the opposite sex. Like that's probably really what their dream outcome is. They look great, feel great, have confidence. They can attract an incredible partner that they've wanted in their life. That would be the dream outcome. So they're going to go, ooh, how big is that dream outcome? That's the first thing they're weighing up in the value equation. How big is that? So let's say, you want to lose 2 pounds and it's really just so you can weigh yourself. You look like you're on or you jump on the scale and you're a certain weight. That means very little compared to the value or the dream of actually living a confident, healthy, happy life and attracting the partner of your dreams. Seeing a scale drop by 2 pounds compared to attracting the dream partner and living your most confident, healthy life, one is significantly higher in terms of the dream outcome that somebody could get. Then what's the perceived likelihood that they could achieve that? So this is where we weigh up how likely is it that someone will be able to achieve this. And when someone's looking to buy from us or to consider one of our programs or services or products, they're looking for a couple of things, including one, social proof. Has anybody else gone through this before and have they achieved the result? For example, if you make a big claim, I'm going to help you lose 30 pounds and look the best you've ever looked, but I can't show you anyone that I've ever done that for, the likelihood of me thinking that you can help me is pretty low. Like I'm not going to be sitting there going, well, if you've never done it for anyone else, I'm definitely going to be the first one. And we're certainly not going to value paying a high price for something that hasn't ever really been proven. And so we want to look at how do we improve the likelihood of perceived achievement, perception of likelihood achievement. Like what are the odds that I'm going to achieve this? We use this through social proof. So case studies, results, testimonials, right? Also belief systems. I think Alex talks about this, but also how likely am I to believe that I could do this? What's my confidence level in myself that I can achieve this? So for example, when you say, hey, if your dream outcome is low, I want to lose just 2 pounds and I want to see that number on the scale. You might say that, well, the likelihood of that is pretty easy. You could even just like fast for, 24 hours probably and be able to lose 2 pounds of water weight and you hit that goal. You might say like the likelihood of achievement might be really high, but the dream outcome is really low. Therefore, the top part of the value equation is still relatively low. So how do we make it powerful? How do we make it powerful is when the dream outcome is bigger. So I want to lose those 30 pounds and I want to attract the dream partner of my life. And when the likelihood is really good, meaning you've worked with a lot of people and you've actually helped them achieve this exact thing, losing 30 pounds or attracting the dream partner of their life, then we can say, hey, it's really likely. Look at the average of these people who have worked with me. They almost all get this. And now you have a huge number on the top of the equation. Of course, like any equation, we're trying to go for what we want. We want the top number to be as big as possible and the bottom number to be as low as possible. So if we were to put things on a scale, dream outcome, to attract lose 30 pounds, feel your best, and attract the dream partner of your life, we would say that's like, if 10 is the highest number we could go with, 1 is 0, or 0 is the lowest. That would be a 10 out of 10 dream outcome versus lose just 2 pounds. I can see it on a scale, might be 2 or 1 or 2 out of 10. Perceived likelihood is you might have a 10 for being able to lose 2 pounds, because you could just literally not drink water that day and exercise, and you could probably do that pretty fast. Or perceived likelihood of achieving 30 pounds and attracting your dream partner. Well, for most people, it might seem like 1, but if you have proof that you've helped a lot of people, that can jump up to 6, 7, even up to 10, when you have this big number up top. So that's the first half of the value equation. You want to make sure that you're trying to solve a big problem for people that's highly desirous. And then 2, you want to help show them that the likelihood of you achieving this is actually really high as well. And that's where you use things like social proof to be able to do that. And the bottom half of the equation is then, what is the effort required and what is the time delay? So you think about anything in life, Alex really breaks this down super well, which is if you look at big companies, how an Amazon, how Google and Uber are winning, is that they're really focused on removing effort on the consumer's part, and they're removing and reducing the amount of time it takes to get that. So simple example Alex talks about in the book is, let's take Amazon, right? It used to be that if you wanted to get a book, you wanted to buy a new book, let's say Alex's $100 million offers, you would have to drive to a Barnes and Noble or a bookstore in your local area. You'd have to hand over cash, and you would have to get your wallet out, make sure you remember your wallet, hand it over to them, get in your car again, drive back home. Well, what Amazon did is said, hey, why don't we just reduce all that effort? You literally just have to click a website, go order the book. We'll even deliver it to you, and we'll even offer Amazon Prime, where we can get it there within 24 to 48 hours. Well, now my effort required to get this book in my hands has gone from all of that effort, maybe driving 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes to get it, hand over my credit card, get it, drive 20, 30, 40 minutes back, only to begin starting the book. Whereas Amazon said, why don't we just take all of that off of you? You don't have to do any of that effort. We'll just send it right to you. The other factor that is the time delay, right? So it could be maybe Amazon in the past would have said, hey, well, we'll ship it to you. It's going to take 2 weeks. Well, then I think, well, I can just drive to the bookstore today and get it and have it now. So Amazon is also focused on, well, how do we get it there as fast as we can to you? And that's why they have stuff like Amazon Prime, where I never have to wait more than 2 days to get most products that I would like to have. And so they're reducing the effort required by the consumer and reducing the time involved. And this totally blew my mind. I think it's something that inherently we can all kind of think about, but Alex breaks it down in the value equation. And I highly recommend that if you're a business owner, you're somebody who's looking at providing value in a marketplace, really take this equation to heart. And it's something I've been doing right now. So as I've been starting a new business called Fourth Trimester Media, where we're actually helping pelvic health therapy practices. So those are physical therapists who help men and women with pelvic health dysfunctions and like pelvic floor dysfunctions. I run ads for them. And so I thought, well, how do I do this, right? How do I give them a dream outcome? What do they want? They want a full caseload. They want a full caseload of patients. Great. How likely is that they can achieve it? Well, I didn't have a ton of social proof. I had some, so it was at least like probably 3 or 4, but how did I get it to a 10, right? So that was something that was in my mind. How do I do this to apply to my own business? Okay, I've got to change that. I've got the dream outcome. They want a full caseload. I know what that outcome is. And I'm looking at the perceived likelihood that they can achieve it. Then I looked at the other variables. Well, how fast can they get it? And how much effort is going to be on their part? So here's what I did. And this goes into the second piece I'm going to talk about, which is Alex getting into what I think is one of the most important parts of the book, is actually providing guarantees and reducing friction for someone to sign up with you, especially when you're starting out. So how we're doing this, I want to document this journey as we're going along, is I'm talking with prospects, so pelvic health therapy business owners who are skeptical. How do I know this is going to work? What if it doesn't work for me? How fast is it going to take? What's it going to cost? So I've taken all those things and I've thought about the value equation. How can I do this for them in a way that I know long-term I can win? So what I've decided to do is say, hey, I don't have the social proof that is going to sway you right away. I'll actually spend 300 of my own dollars on ads to earn your business. Oh, and by the way, you don't have to set anything up. I'm going to set it all up for you and I'll have it done within 24 to 48 hours. And you could have people on your caseload in the next 48 to 72 hours. And you don't have to touch a single thing of tech. So dream outcome, here's what I'm doing. Dream outcome, they want a full caseload. Perceived likelihood of achieving the result, they don't know, right? I don't have tons of social proof. I have some, which helps lower the resistance, but I don't have a ton. So I'm building that up right now. I'm building up. I am paying upfront to get people in to do the trial because I believe in the confidence of my results that I will spend the money for them so I can build this perceived likelihood of success for future prospects. And then the second piece is I know they don't like tech and I know they're worried, how long is it going to take? So I take that off their plate and I make sure it happens within 24 to 72 hours, usually 24, 48 hours, sometimes 72. And my goal is that they don't have to touch any of the tech. I set it all up for them. Now, how do I play this into my business? Well, I figured that if I can get them results and they're happy, they're either going to, one, want me to teach them how to do this and install it into their business at a cost by providing an incredible value up front, or two, they're going to want to pay me as an agency to continue running these ads because it's moving them closer to their dream outcome and they still don't have to do any tech and it doesn't take them any time. That's how I'm applying the value equation that Alex talks about in $100 million offers into my new business that I've been starting. So that's lesson one. The second biggest lesson I took away from $100 million offers is how do you provide guarantees and ways to reduce friction for someone signing up with you, your program, your service, or your product? And there's a whole section in this. Maybe it'll be a video for another day where it's diving into literally every type of guarantee. But I want to talk specifically about a conditional guarantee, which is, I think, really powerful and could be helping a lot of business owners be doing more business right away, which starts with one caveat that you really believe you are good at what you do and you can get results. You have to believe you're really good at what you do and you can actually get people results. If you're not doing that and you can't do that, you don't feel confident with that, this type of guarantee probably will not work so well for you. And Alex even talks about in the book, this is really for people who have high ticket offers and like don't have a huge cost to fulfill on their services. For me, running ads doesn't really cost a whole lot, maybe like an hour of time, as well as, $300 of ad spend. For what I can gain in the long run, not that much investment because I know that the product and service we're offering is crushing it right now. Like we're getting incredible results. And so I feel super confident with it. So conditional guarantee is, hey, if you do your part of these 1, 2, or 3 things, and we cannot get you dream outcome, I will refund you your money. And maybe I'll even give you something else on top. And so you think about that. If someone's hesitant to sign up and you say, hey, if you're willing to follow up with leads, you can document that you've called them. All I need, and I have a spreadsheet for you. I've already made it for you. This is what I do in 4th trimester media. I already have the spreadsheet for you. It's going to auto-populate with all your leads. All you have to do is mark down, did you follow up with them? You got to track how many people came in and how many people paid you. If you do that over this period of time and you do not get results, AKA 4 or 5 new patients, 10 new patients, I will not only refund you your money, but I'll also pay for your next month, or I'll continue to work with you until you hit your full caseload. What we're doing is taking the risk away from the person saying, okay, if you can't, what they're the consumer or customer is thinking is, okay, if you can't deliver on your end, then I feel safe that I'm going to get everything that I risk back. It's super powerful way to reduce friction with a customer. Now, obviously, Alex talks about this in the book. He makes a really great point, which is if people only want to sign up because of a guarantee, those tend to not be the best people to work with because they're already looking for a way out. And I think he stated that beautifully. He dives into that in the book of who makes sense for each type of guarantee. But I really, really think it's something I've been noticing and applying to my own business with 4th trimester media when people continue to work with me of, hey, if we can't deliver the results, we'll find a way to recompensate you for this. So you don't feel like the risk is all on you. So that's what I got from my 2 biggest lessons from $100 million offers by Alex Hormozi. Incredible book. I've been following Alex for a long time, and I hope that you go get it. I'll put it in the link below. And I'd love to know if you've read the book, what is your number 1 takeaway from $100 million offers by Alex Hormozi? Would love to hear from you in the comments. As always, go ahead, smash the like button, Subscribe to this channel if it's providing any value to you, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode.